was the hardest thing that you had to hear during that time?
That I was a fake champion, that I didn't deserve to be a champion, that I'm not a true fighter, that I'm not a real fighter. Death threats were sent to my home, which is, now that I think about it, it's like really? Like, why? And the fact that, I had to walk around and people were like, whispering, he didn't win, and just whispering nasty things to me. And I had to deal with that, and it's just something like, you work for something your whole life and you finally get to that point and then you accomplish your goal and then everybody take it all away from you. Like, it just feels like death. It honestly felt like death. And I felt like literally like taking my own life.
It was that bad?
It was that bad. It was me against the world. It's my family, it's my wife, it's my kids against the world.
I truly believe Timothy Bradley allowed the fans to drive him out of the sport of boxing. Immediately following his decision victory over Manny Pacquiao in the first fight, the fans gave him all type of criticism, death threats, says that he's not the real champion, all kind of stuff. And I believe that to be a champion, it takes a lot more than just, being physically up to par. It takes mental toughness as well, not just inside the ring, but outside the ring as well, because it's a social media era. We know the internet is undefeated, and people can meme the hell out of you. They can say whatever they want to say, and if you don't have the mental toughness or the character to deal with that, then yeah, you can get mentally broke down by the fans. And I feel like that's what happened. Manny Pacquiao's fans and other people that dislike Timothy Bradley or disagree with the decision that the judges made, they all of these individuals, I believe, contributed to the retirement of Timothy Bradley. Now, when Timothy Bradley was fighting, I think he was a tremendous fighter. His only loss came to Manny Pacquiao. You can arguably say 3 losses to Manny Pacquiao, but the judges had him winning the first fight. And that was not Timothy Bradley's fault. That's what the judges, that's what the judges saw. And Timothy Bradley had every right to be happy about winning. He probably truly felt he won the fight. The judges had him winning the fight. So he should have been treated fairly and not blamed for that, because it was not his fault that the judges saw him winning that. He just did what he had to do, despite twisting his ankles and getting injured in the fight. So with that being said, man, I feel like you got to be a different type of beast, man, to be in this type of sport long term and remain the same individual, because a lot of people get changed, man. I even seen it with George Foreman, man. When he got beat by Muhammad Ali, shit changed, man. It was like he was trying to win the fans back, man. Doing crazy fights, I think fighting like multiple people in one fight, one night, and trying to prove that he's super strong or he still got it, and when you try to fight for the fans, and just try to please them 100%, you can get lost out here, man. You got to do what's best for your career, as well as trying to please the fans. But when the fans turn on you, start being negative, you got to stick to your integrity, man. You got to know who you are, and you got to know that, this comes with the territory. Fans ain't going to like everything I do. They going to disagree with some fights, but that's just part of the business. I got to keep it moving. And as long as I keep dedicating myself, keep winning, eventually the right fans will come around, and they'll give me the respect and love and support that I deserve. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on Timothy Bradley. Do y'all agree that the fans drove him out of the sport, and he wasn't really mentally strong enough to sustain his work rate and his hunger and passion in the sport of boxing? It's a Black Horseman.